Also keep it one notebook in front of you. So whoever are sitting in front of me, please be seated with the paper, that is a notebook separately. You keep it, and then pen, pencil, anything, whatever is there with you, that would be better. So now we will going to discuss about the Wu Xing. Each and everything, there are the few pillars are there. For example, to construct the building for the few floors, so you required the pillars. You wanted to develop anything, the foundation is very important. In that case, but since we are stepping into the one great program called as a acupuncture system of therapy is the therapy mode. In this perspective, we all studied in the different schools, but still we wanted to learn a lot. Even I am learning, you also learning the same, because education, it never ends. The medical fraternity, medical system, if you study diploma, bachelor's or master programs, you will going to end up there. Then you have the certification, but you are qualified, but you are eligible to practice as a therapist. But until unless you don't do the revision on the subject, but certainly you will be in dilemma to treat the peoples, because there are the diseases or numerous diseases which we call as a novel diseases. It never ends. Every day the dictionary comes regularly, is the new dictionary or revised dictionary, the new diseases. Even the people to recognize, to understand the disease pattern, it takes several days, including in the hospital. Sometimes they could not diagnose on time what could be this case. Perhaps in one time they will judge that this is a case, but sometimes it takes several days to understand. Until that, they don't provide any kind of the treatment, except there are some simple procedures. But in this case, all the diseases, thousands of the diseases. So anyone knows is in the medical dictionary how many disease patterns are there, etiology are there, pathogenesis. So it is thousands. But here we wanted to bring all the diseases by using very minimum pathological conditions to understand about the disease pattern. But we don't have anything is the TCM or the modern acupuncture diagnostic tools, or no machineries, but of course very minimum. At the same time, we wanted to bring everything under one umbrella, that umbrella to be known as that is the Wu Xing. Wu indicating is the 5, the Xing, Xing, Xing is movements, forces, elements, nature, evaluative forces. Everything is existing in this universe. Those universe is existing externally, but of course that existing internally as well. So therefore, whenever there is the impact is happening on the universal system, so that same impact is applicable to the human system by in the way of the nature. The climatic conditions, the external factors which is existing outside, but same thing now you look into that, we are stepping into the summer, already we are in the summer. So summer season is there, but summer season is existing now, but summer season is existing in the winter too. But every season is, there are the 5 different seasons are there, all the seasons are existing in all the time. But how to understand that perspective, that getting the impacted to the human system? You look into that winter, in the winter climatic condition, perhaps in the other countries is minus degrees, minus 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, so on. Whereas at the same time in India especially, today the temperature will be around 36, 37 in Bengaluru, whereas in the night time is the winter, that to be considered as a 16, 17 as well. So morning 4 o'clock is drastically get changes, because the lowest temperature to be known as a morning 4 o'clock, the highest temperature to be known as around 1 to 2 o'clock. So therefore that declines that. But in this way the man and humans and animals and living creatures will get impacted on the body system. So therefore now the Wu Xing is indicating here. But however, whatever the disease patterns are existing within our body system, that based on the perspective of the Wu Xing theory. So therefore today I would like to talk only about the rudimentary of the 5 elements, not about the treatment protocols will taken care in the later future period. But however, maybe perhaps this year before examination I would like to give you, which is the most imperative knowledge about the transformation and transportation of the energy from one place to other place by activating the certain points how need to be done. That lecture will be given in the later period, but as of now you required is the foundation. So that foundation or the rudimentary, now we will understand about how this will be affected in our body system. So before that we all know the Zhang and then Fu theory. Zhang Fu theory both are integrated each other in our body system, because in the universal law it says there are the two foundation and fundamentals are existing, that to be known as a darkness and then brightness. The sun and moon is there. In the similar way in our body system also hotness and coldness are there. Exterior and interior is there. Hollow and then solid is there. Right? Upward and downwards are there. Of course, the Zhang is inside and the Fu is outside. This is manifestation to be taken place in our body system, that you all know that the Zhang Fu theory already hopefully we were completed. Based on that perspective, now we are stepping into the 5 elements. But of course, this is something is amazing to understand. The person who knows this Wu Xing theory, then you will be the successful practitioner in the acupuncture system of the medicine. But when we don't know about the, yes, I studied long back in the beginning stages, in the beginning, everybody is teaching this. Of course, everybody is teaching what level you have understand that, and then how are you implementing in your clinical practice, that's the matter. So hopefully now we are stepping into, so 5 elements theory here. I can understand about the fire, earth, air, water and wood. So this in Chinese terminology says is fire. Fire is H-O-U. Ho. H-O-U. Even write down for your future. H-O-U. Ho. To be known as a F-I-R-E, fire organs. Then the earth organ to be known as a Tu, T-U, Tu, Tu to be known as a earth. Then the metal or air to be known as a Che-I-N, Chin. Then water to be known as a Shui, S-H-U-I, Shui. Then the wood to be known as a Mu, M-U, Mu. Wood to be known as a Mu. So these are the Shui, Tu, right, Chin, Shui, Mu. These are the 5 forces which is existing in the planet and that existing in the human body system. Now we wanted to bring all this to the human system. We all should bring to the human system that to be known as the fire is associated to some particular organs. Fire is associated to the, here we have mentioned, one is the Zhang and then Fu, collectively to be known as one fire organs. What are those? The fire organs to be known as we all know fire belongs to the which color? Red color. So red color is indicating as blood vessels. The blood vessels taken care by the which organ? Very good. Cardiac system. That is heart, and then? Yes, of course, is the heart is the major organ. Now we come to the Zhang Viscera. Later we'll talk about the Fu Viscera. This is the fire organ. Then the earth organ to be known as the central organ to be known as a earth organ. The earth is located on the centrally. This is the heaven. This is as a human. The downwards is the earth. But however, the earth organs are located in our body system on the central part of the body to be known as the abdomen. When the abdominal organs to be known as the earth organs, then we'll come to the downwards direction, the metal or the air. Normally the Chinese people says as air, or we can consider as a metal as well. So now the metal organ to be known as we all know there is the pulmonary system. Then you come to the water, of course, is the renal metabolism, the water metabolism, and also the blood metabolism to be taken place by the renal system as well. Then the wood also, but in Ayurveda, there are only the Vata, Pitta, Kapha, right? In the Unani system of the medicine, also there are the 4 different doshas are there, or the temperaments are there, or the 4 archans are there, or 4 mizaj is there. So those mizages to be known as normally is the Dam, and then Safra, Balgham, and Satavi, something like that is the 4 different doshas are there here. So in this way, this wood is not applicable with the other system of the medicine, but wood is applicable to the in the traditional Chinese medicine as well. So therefore, wood to be considered as a ether or the space or the akasha. So akasha, Vayu, Jal, Prithvi and Agni. These are the 5 forces which is existing, but this called also known as a Pancha Mahabhuta, right? So this is already created the thousands of years ago, but this is not today's the philosophy. So this to be originated thousands of years ago. That ether or the space or the eternal world, this is the living world, the eternal world to be known as a wood. So after the death, that to be considered as a wood. So that is the ether, but the liver is predominantly functioning on the wood related organ associated to this particular element. Now we are talking about the Zhang Viscera is completed, how the Fu Viscera is interconnected each other, but that to be known as the cardiac system is blood supplied to the from the head to toe, that to be taken care in the form of the blood nourishing to the body system through the superior, through the aorta, ascending aorta, descending aorta. It supplies to the top to the bottom of our body system with the support of the major arteries. The major arteries further divided into smaller arteries further divided into capillaries. Capillaries are connected to the venous system. Now we'll come to the small intestine is interconnected to that particular heart ailment. So how is it really connected? This heart is somewhere is connected, but this located on the upper geo, but this is located in the lower geo. Colon is located on the lower geo. Lower means is the down. Geo means is the junction or connectivity or the particular space where exactly the lower geo is the lower pelvic region below the navel. Small intestine is located on that region, but however it is considered, because whenever we required the 2 forms of the energy for the survival of the life, that when the person is proper blood circulation in the cardiac system, the heart pump is good and supplying to the entire system of the body, indicating your cardiac system is healthy, you are healthy. When there is a IHD, ischemic heart disease, or the necrosis of the arteries, or atherosclerosis of the arteries, that time there is the fat deposition in the arterial system. Certainly that particular time having the great impact that the blood supply stops That's called as a MI, myocardial infarction. So that the person will going to be, where he'll go? Directly he'll go to the heaven. That means on the spot the person chances are there. So when the MI gets happen, then the person cannot be survived. So in that case, when the cardiac system is most important, the blood supply to the entire system of the body. When I am the active, I am talking to you. You are listening. Your reciprocal energy is good, and intellectuality is good, and the cognitive functions are good, indicating from the there is the apoplexy. You understand, apoplexy means insufficient of the blood supply to the any system of the part of the body, which leads to the illness or disease, when the person cannot be survived in the natural level. So when it supplies the precisely good, indicating you are healthy, my cells are healthy, my tissues are good, my organs are good. At the same time, of course, blood supply is good. When the person doesn't take the good amount of the quality of the food, when the nutrition is required, that second nutrition to be known as the artificial nutrition, that to be known as a post-essence energy. Post-essence energy indicating what is it? Food we take. What kind of the food to be taken? Sattvic food to be taken most of the time, but we take as a acidic food. However, body is giving the, where we have the immunity is good, immunity is there, done against the pathogen, against the bacteria, virus, protozoal, fungal infection. It fights in our body system where our immunity is good, lymphatic system is good, drainage system is good, then the body will against that pathogen will work in our body. If when we take the food, that time it supplies to the nutrition to the entire system of the body, that to be known as a ku. Ku means is the food. Ku chi. The ku chi is strengthening our body system in the form of the artificial food what we take, in the support of the proteins, carbs and fats. Collectively is required. So three things also you add up this, that would be really good to strengthen our body system. The person will take only the keto diet. That means only proteins he'll take. He don't take the carbs and then fat. Yes. But in that case, it's required is the integrated food is required. So that time, even each and every organ having some taste as well, I'll come to know that. But all the tastes are essentially required to our body system. So therefore, once will nourish in that way, because that goes to the stomach, from the stomach it goes to the duodenum, from the duodenum it goes to the pancreas, before pancreas then it goes to the small intestine, and through the small intestine it goes to the liver as well. The liver metabolism to be taken place on that region with the support of the gallbladder, which is produced by the liver, is the bile. The bile is essentially required to do the metabolism. Then it goes to the small intestine and large intestine, then the absorption taken place, and after the purification and unpurification, the purification or the essence of the food to be passed to the entire system of the body with the support of the which organ? Small intestine, indicating that you are taking the right food on the right time. So therefore we understand the heart is located on the upper geo, the small intestine is located on the lower geo. That's the reason all the cardiology department and heart surgeons or heart cardiologists, they will prescribe when the cardiac medicine like some kind of the aspirin tablets or some kind of the calcium channel blocker or the ACE inhibitors, angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors to regulate the heart system. Along with that, certainly in their prescription you can see one to be known as a antihistamine, or we called as the proton pump inhibitor, also with them one prescription. Why is it so? You understand, but they are treating only for the heart, but at the same time they do the prescription for the alimentary system, for the digestive system as well. Why is it so? But they don't know about the small intestine is connected to the heart system, but still they do prescribe. It's my, according to my clinical experience, based on the perspective of the five elements theory, the heart is connected to the small intestine. Small intestine is good, then the heart is good, vice versa. We are treating only for the heart system, but we are not treating to the small intestine. Then of course you cannot treat successfully to treat for the cardiac system as well. Yes or no? So bilaterally it is required. Use the one point to be known as a Tungli. Tungli is Tongli. Tungli is the H5. H5 is luo connecting point or the nexary point, passage point, or the is the connecting point in interior and exterior. Where that point is located? So this to be known as a Tungli. So where is it located? The tendon is there, flexor carpi ulnaris tendon. So the tendon medial side towards the thumb this point is located, that point to be known as a Tungli, right? So that is connecting to both the organs. One is a small intestine organ, the other one is the cardiac system as well. But I don't get the time at the center to protect my heart. I applied on my hand. I'll get the opportunity to insert at least, right? Free treatment. No, myself I am treating free at the cost of no money, no, and no time, because I am teaching and I am also activating to my heart. Is the bonus for me, right? Because of you people, huh? Right. Right. Hopefully you understand. This is the Tungli point, or else you wanted to use another point to connect and to regulate the system. That point to be known as a Wango. Wango. Wango is Shaws, Chiango, Huxi, Wango. SI4. SI4 is the source point. This is the point to be known as a. You wanted to activate bilaterally, on the left hand, better you can use it at the base of the fifth metacarpal bone in the depression. First you find out, you come to this is the crease, transverse crease. This is the transverse crease. From the crease, you press this is the head of the fifth metacarpal bone. This is the head of the fifth metacarpal bone. Come towards this and then find out exactly the point. So this point to be known as a Allahu Akbar. It's not too painful. Myself I'm inserting, no? This little pain. Right. Now this to be known as a Wangu. Right. This is Tungli and this is the Wangu. So both the points are good point to treat for the cardiac system in the preliminary stage. I mean to say in the preliminary stage. When the patient feel I have slightly discomfort on my chest region, we don't know what could be the reason, but still we wanted to use this combination together. That means you are giving the energy and correlating to the internal organ and external organ. Sir, where is external organ? But external organ to be known as a small intestine, internal organ to be known as a heart system. That means is the heart. So both collectively you are activated by using these 2 points. So therefore in this way we can do the first line of the treatment or the first primary treatment to treat for the cardiac system. So hopefully you understand how the heart and then a small intestine is interconnected each other. Then come to the next organ to be known as a 2 organs, 2 element. 2 means earth. earth organs to be known as a spleen and stomach. Where is it located? The stomach and the spleen is located on the abdominal system, especially on the middle of the center of our body system. Center of the body system. The stomach is the Fu organ, the Zhang organ to be known as the Yin organ. Because you look at about the earth having the everything on this planet to nourish to the human system. तुम्हें इधर आ जाओ ना, उनको अच्छा दिखता है, इधर आ जाओ, you sit here.
Ma'am, please mute.
The earth organs are central organ. The earth is providing the food to me, to you. One of the each other will going to get the food of this planet through the earth element only. No doubt, sir, heaven also nourishing to the earth. No doubt, it is interconnected. But the cultivation, production, development, growth to be taken place in the earth planet. So therefore, the earth is in our body. The parents has given the energy. But after that, it developing our body system with the support of the stomach and then the spleen as well. How do you take the food? The food energy or the gu energy is giving the energy to the entire system of the body. Blood circulation to be taken place. But this is the monarch of all the organs to be known as a heart system. But here I wanted to emphasize that. But the earth element is the monarch for all the organs. Monarch for all the organs. Why is it so? If this is good, the energy goes to the upward direction, the energy goes to the downward direction. Blood is good. The red blood corpuscles are good. White blood corpuscles are good. Your DNA is good. Your platelets are good. Then how do you get derived that? The heart is pumping the blood precisely, is good in all the directions. Then you understand. Of course, the food is giving the energy to produce the blood. Spleen produces the white blood corpuscles. The kidneys produces the red blood corpuscles. But in the gallbladder, one particular point to be known as a GB39 Swan Chung, that is strengthening the stem cells in our body. When the raw cells, the chemical or the cells factory to be known as a bone marrow. Inside the bone marrow, it produces the blood. That means the stem cells. Stem cells is nothing but is the raw cells. There are the yellow stem cells and then the red stem cells. Both are required. Both are required to produce all the cells in our body. So how do you get it that? With the support of through the food system. Your bones density is good. The minerals are good. Right? At the same time, blood force and quality is good. How do you derive it? But intake of the food. Sir, person is taking like a 2 chapatis is required in normally. He take like a 8 chapatis. But that will convert in the form of the turbidity in our body. When the person is required is the 2 chapati, but he take the half chapati, but that also gets a deficiency in our body. But according to the spiritually required in our body, normally it says that 50% of the food to be taken to the stomach, 25% of the food to be taken as a water, and 25% to be given as keep the empty stomach in our body system naturally for the exchange of the gases and also the metabolism to be taken place precisely. But if we'll go to the function or marriage, hopefully how much we take, we all know that, right? That's called as a cheating food. One time we should cheat also ourselves, right? We all humans, right? Temptation to eat, and we wanted to taste it everything, so we'll take until the neck. So once we'll down our neck, that comes out, right? In that way we wanted to eat it, but however that is a wrong concept. If you are taking, already you are taken in that much, then keep it the whole 24 hours is the fasting. Don't eat it anything except the hydration, except the water or juice. Yes or no? So this is required. When the minimum is required, but you take as a less you take, that is the production of the blood is not good. That indicating all the problems related to the spleen. When the spleen get disturbed, you remember it's my clinical experience, top to toe, you will get the problems. But I can explain you numerously for another sometime regarding this, but still I move on to the some other element, that element to be known as the air system. So air system is existing, prana is existing, where we are living, where is our life? So anyone in the Zoom, anyone in the class, so where is our life? Please come on the answer. We are living on the earth. Beautiful answer. On the earth. How you can say on the earth? On the earth planet you are living. Okay, good. Where is our life is outside, not the inside. But inside you cannot survive. But our life is existing is externally, but not internally. But why is it so? As you mentioned, is the earth also is the right answer. But we are living, as you mentioned, is the air also. Without air, man cannot exist even single minute. Perhaps who wanted to Guinness record maybe 2 to 3 minutes or 4 minutes? Yes or no? But it's not more than that, I believe. But with the support of the air we are living, the prana which is existing in our body, the Eastern medicine believes is the prana, but modern medicine believes is the materialistic. But however, prana is supreme level to understand. This prana is existing, but you cannot see it, but you can feel it, you can palpate it. Yes or no? The fan is, the air is coming, but you cannot see it, but I can feel it, that prana is existing. But externally universe that is existing, but without that man cannot be survival. But in the similar way, the inhalation and exhalation to be taken place by the two organs, that to be known as one is the pulmonary system, which is indicating from the nose to the lower portion of the lungs. When the lungs are good, the respiration is good. In the respiration, there is a specific part is there, that part to be known as cilia. I love cilia. If in your lung system there is a part, you note down what is cilia, try to read about it. Cilia. When the cilia is doing like a jhadu marna, or something is weeping, yes, cleaning process of our lungs, it's removing the bad carbon dioxide from our lungs. When that gets, the waves are good. How the villi is there in the small intestine, then the cilia is there in the lung system. Both are similar structure more or less, but the physiological functions are entirely different from each other. To understand, the lungs are receiving the energy to the depth of the lungs. The people say, sir, I do have the lungs related problem. That means my shortness of breath is there, breathing problem is there, breathlessness is there, shortness of breath is there, or I have the wheezing kind of the thing, indicating. But the oxygen is entering to your lungs. but the lungs lobes are different. The right lung having the 2 lobes and the left side lung having the 3 lobes. So lobes are reaching the depth of the lungs, reaching the oxygen through that depth. It goes to the nose. From the nose, it goes to the pharynx and larynx. It goes to the trachea. From the trachea, it goes to the bronchi. It goes to the bronchioles. From the bronchioles, it goes to the alveoli. From the alveoli, it goes to the bloodstream directly, communicating to all the lobes. So it will not mix it with the blood of that oxygen that causes the shortness of breath. So in this way, the pulmonary system is functioning in our body, taking the support of the oxygen of the external environment. But however, this to be considered as a one integratedly is communicating to one more organ, that organ to be known as a cross intestinal. CRASS, cross intestinal, that indicating is the large intestine or the large bowel or the large colon. So this colon is communicating to the lung system. How beautiful, amazing to know this system. But the lungs is upper geo, then the lower geo colon is located. The traditional Chinese medicine says that interlinked each other. If there is a problem in the lung system, there is a problem in the colon, vice versa. Treat for the lungs problem, treat for the colon, or the vice versa. But pulmonologists only they see, understand about the lung system. I respect their system of the medicine, but still here to understand for you all that you are connecting to the large colon. You try to understand the problem is lungs you are facing, but try to correlate. Perhaps you have the problem in the colon, which leads to the pulmonary disorder. Then, sir, oxygen to be taken place. No other organ can do the elimination process, but one is the exchange of the gases to be taken place by these 2 organs. Then that organ is communicating to the large colon. That means is the carbon dioxide is eliminating through one system. That system also to be known as the internal sphincters, external sphincters, and then through that anal region it passes the gases. That also the turbidity gas, that also the toxic gas, toxicology, we study about the toxins. So that removing through the colon. When it takes the energy, good energy is taking, but at the same time that's communicating to the colon. So that's the reason large intestine meridian, where it starts, you all know that large intestine meridian generally starts from the chest cavity, especially from the chest it communicating to the lungs. From the lungs it communicates to the navel region. From the navel it encircles the interior energy. From there it goes to the upward direction. Again it's communicating to the lungs. From the lungs it passes to the acromion process of the shoulder. From the shoulder the large intestine energy further communicating to in this region on the main branch. So therefore interiorly it is connected, I mean to say. So therefore the large intestine and the lungs both are predominantly it's required, bond is required, because the two have the husband and wife relationship. Who is the husband?
Lung.
Yes, large intestine is the husband, lungs to be known as a wife. But don't say that today wife is dominating, sir, husband is less dominating than the wife. Because bossy wife is boss today, right? Husband is servant. No, I don't know how you will going to take up this. You just take up, but the coordination is required, interrelationship peaceful is required. If this will get disturbance each other, the large colon is dominating, then the lungs get the deficiency. Always you remember the wife support is required to the human system. That means is the lungs is dispersing the energy to the downwards direction. When the lungs will not supply the energy to the colon, colon will get the disturbances that will not pass the stool at all. Stool is passing every day. That 2 to 3 times in a day the passing the stool is good. The person goes is 1 time or 2 times or 3 times all the times. That means is the 3 times is not bad that you have the problem. But you feel that gratification, satisfaction, that's quite enough. Now you understand the lungs and then large intestine, lungs energy pushing to the down, which is supporting to the colon as well. Until unless the lungs will not support to the colon, you will not survive. That means that you will not pass the stool precisely. So therefore the carbon dioxide eliminating through the colon, which is most imperative. Now I'll come to the water element, that is the shui. Shui means is the water in Chinese. So that to be known as you all know the kidney and then bladder connect each other internally, it's bonded. Because there is the one kidney, the other kidney, and through this there is the ureters are there. Ureters are communicating to the urinary bladder, right? So both are functioning each other, each supporting each other. So therefore that is very much essential for the regulation of the blood and purification of the blood, and also to regulation of the water metabolism as well. When the kidneys are not purification of the blood, which leads to the glomerular filtration, get disturbances in the kidney system. That means the nephrons will not filter the blood. That's the reason urine will not pass precisely good. So therefore the filtration process is there. So glomerular filtration, the converted tubules, reabsorption, resecretion, elimination process, that to be precisely happen in our body system. If that will not work, then the bladder and then kidneys will get dysfunction that leads to the several diseases, where the retention of the fluid inside your body system first will fill with the cells called as intra means inside, cellular is the cells, fluid. Inside the cells will going to accumulate the fluid in the beginning stages, later that will develop in the larger level, then that will develop and then accumulated in the peritoneal cavity on the stomach region. From the stomach it goes to the upward direction. From there in the pulmonary system, the lungs also get the fluid more, and also pericardium inside. There is a pericardium to be known as one is the visceral layer, that another layer to be known as the external layer. In between there is a fluid is there, that fluid to be known as a pericardium fluid. But in that fluid, this toxicity fluid also will be accumulated. So what will happen? There is the purification is not happening because of the renal system get impacted. Renal system is impacted because the pericardium is affected, then the heart also affected. The hypertension is too high. When the hypertension is too high, remember pedal edema. Edema which is existing on the lower extremities is not the problem of the kidney only. The problem is in the heart system as well. When the heart is not supporting the blood to the renal artery with the support of the renal system, because the renal artery which we call as him Chu, Siavan, Shuifen, Siavan, Chianli. The point is Ren 11. Ren 11 point is from there, exactly closer to that place. The renal artery supplying bilaterally to the renal system. If that will not support to the kidneys, then certainly having the impact that will causes the renal system impairment. So treat for the descending aorta. Descending aorta is the great aorta, right? One is the ascending aorta, one is the other one is bigger aorta, then comes downwards direction is the descending aorta. So through the descending aorta, the renal artery branches, it goes and communicating to the kidneys. When that will not support, so that time it gets the malfunction. So therefore the kidney problem is not only the kidney problem leads to the kidney illness, but the problem is in the heart system. The heart is not pumping the blood properly, which leads to the kidney related disorder. Treat for the heart to regulate the kidney system. So therefore regulate the hypertension precisely to connect to the kidney system. When the hypertension is too high, then perhaps the renal impairment can happen. Yes or no? So in this way, that will be regulating in the both the system. That's the reason the kidneys are protecting to the heart system as well. The kidneys are ascending energy, the heart is descending energy pathways it passes. Now we look into that wood element or the earth, ether element or the space element or the atmosphere or akasha. This to be known as a hepatic organ. Hepatic organ is communicating to the another organ, that organ to be known as a gallbladder. The gallbladder, another name to be known as a fellal orb. Fellal, F-E-L-L-A-L, fellal, O-R-B, orb means is the organ. So both are connected each other. When the liver is there, that protect to the gallbladder. If the gallbladder is withdrawn, is the cholecystectomy. That means the removal of the gallbladder. In that condition, the gallbladder work also to be taken place by the liver itself. By the liver itself is the more burden to the liver. What is the physiology of the gallbladder supposed to be do? What is the main function of the gallbladder? Storage of the bile. Storage of the bile. Why bile is required to body system? To do the metabolism of the digestion. That means when you are taking only the carb may not be required. When you are taking the proteins, when you are taking the fat, that time it's required to do the metabolism by the bile. Anything oily, normally we use the refined oils these days, but we need to replace it. But I think in Kerala they use is maybe the pure coconut, virgin coconut oil, or the even olive oil is really good, or the mustard oil also good. But we use as a sunflower oil. But there is, I don't think so how much sunflower oil is existing within that. But still for the namesake we use it as a refined oils. In these oils, but if we take it anything, that the metabolism to be taken place, bile is required. When the bile is not there, the sticky nature of the bile, jelly nature of the bile is required to do the metabolism. If it is not there, that is an overburden. Always is the patient. Always will be the patient, the person who removed the gallbladder sometimes.